Another Steam sale, another video here, me recommending a bunch of games that you can get for a incredible steal. A lot of the games I'm going to be going over here, I think are underrated in some way, and I think you should check them out because they're all under $5 right now. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into it. If you're into fast-paced, chaotic shooters, I recommend checking out Killbug. It has a similar vibe to like the recent Doom games. It's always push forward, kill to heal, you know, constant moving, constant action. It's a great feeling shooter that you can pick up for $5. Speaking of great feeling shooters, you can pick up the Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition for $4 right now. This was like a 360 PS3 era first-person shooter from Epic and People Can Fly. It's a game that kind of might be off-putting on an initial glance because it looks like it has some really dated, really bad humor, but the game actually turned out to be a lot better than the trailers made it seem. It's just a really great feeling shooter with a pretty awesome kick, if you're into that sort of thing. So just, you know, think Duke Nukem, but more modern, and this Full Clip Edition even has Duke Nukem in it as a playable character. So, yeah, Bulletstorm for $4, that's a steal. Another weird shooter is Chop Goblins. This is a kind of a bit of a meme of a game, but it's a pretty good retro boomer shooter for $4. I think this is a fun one if you're looking for a pretty casual, maybe couple hours. I really like Chop Goblins. It's pretty charming. So there's that one. Now for a non-shooter, there's Call of Cthulhu you can get for $4. It's not Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. It's the newer one that was made for like the PS4, Xbox One era. This is a really good adventure game that just happens to take place in first person. It's not really a shooter or the combat. It's not really about that. It's more just about first-person exploration through some pretty unsettling environments. If you're into Lovecraft and its mythos, I think this is a pretty good game and a pretty underrated one at that. Alright, and then there's Cosmic Collapse, which is my favorite Suika clone that is just like Suika game, where you're combining small objects to make bigger ones. In this case here, they are like planets and suns and black holes and cosmic things. And it has a great mechanic where you can get bullets that can blow up things that are obstructing your well with different unwanted planets. And I absolutely love Cosmic Collapse. Before Bulletstorm came out, Cosmic Collapse was my on the couch watching something on TV game. I think you should check it out for $4. But that's not the only Suika game that I'm recommending here. You can get Suika Shapes for $3, which is pretty much just like the ultimate customizable version of Suika game. It has multiplayer, it has so many different shapes that you can choose from that really change the way that the game works. If you're looking for a Suika game that is very customizable, Suika Shapes is the one to get. If you're looking for something pretty similar to Pokemon Snap, you should check out Penko Park. It's a bunch of different Penkos, which are all these little creatures similar to Pokemon that are around an environment, and just like Pokemon Snap, you're riding in a cart and you have to take photos of them. If you want another Pokemon Snap, Penko Park for $4 is a pretty good deal. Then we have a point-and-click adventure game called Detective Grimoire, which you can pick up for $2. It's a pretty straightforward point-and-click adventure game, but it has some great voice acting, really awesome art, and I really enjoyed my 2 hours that it took to get through this one. $1 an hour is a steal. And then we have another adventure-y type-ish game, maybe a little more visual novel-y, but not quite. It's kind of hard to tie down. Stories Untold. This is an anthology of a bunch of different horror stories that take place in a reality where you're on a computer researching something, and then the lights will go out, and within the reality of the room, there's a lot of meta narrative stuff happening within the game. It's not meta in the sense that it's breaking the fourth wall, but it is meta in the sense that things are happening in the game to the characters you're playing as. It's pretty hard to describe here, but hopefully you can tell from some of this footage here. I know that team is actually working on a pretty similar game right now for Konami with the Silent Hill license. So if you want to see what that might be down the line, check out Stories Untold. You can pick that one up for $2. You can pick up Mosa Lina for $4. It calls itself a immersive sim in the most like mechanical way it is. It's honestly like the perfect kind of game for me, where it's a bunch of tools in a sandbox with a problem that you need to solve that doesn't necessarily have a correct solution. You just need to use the tools that you have at your disposal to get through the levels. You get random assortments of abilities and items that can make certain levels really hard to complete or certain levels really easy to complete. It's a really incredible game, and this one I think is an absolute high recommendation. Check out Mosa Lina. If you're into games like Gunpoint, there's Ronin, which is a very similar game. It's a 2D stealth game. If you played Deadbolt, it's also similar to that. Those types of games I always really enjoy. They're like real-time strategy, 2D stealth infiltration games, and you can get that one for $3. You can get Killer is Dead, the Nightmare Edition, for $2 right now, which is an absolute crazy deal. Killer is Dead is one that I really ended up enjoying, but there's a lot of stuff that you kind of just gotta turn a blind eye to enjoy it, I guess. The art style, the action, it's fantastic. It's Suda51. It's very Killer 7 through a character action perspective. Think No More Heroes. It's a lot of that, but there's these like really weird gigolo dating missions that are honestly kind of off-putting, and I really didn't like that stuff at all. But when it comes to just the stylistic presentation and the gameplay itself, $2 for Killer is Dead I think is a pretty killer deal. Alright, if you're a big fan of Hotline Miami, you gotta check out Hong Kong Massacre. It's a game that I ended up really loving a lot. A lot of slow motion, dodging, diving. They actually based a scene in John Wick 4 on Hong Kong Massacre. They actually cited it as their influence. Hong Kong Massacre, I think, is a really great top-down Hotline Miami-like action dual-stick shooter, and it's only $4, so you can get that one for a crazy deal. Another game that's similar to Hotline Miami is Ape Out, where you play as a giant gorilla, and as the title says, you're escaping and causing chaos. And the really great thing about Ape Out is its soundtrack that syncs up to the action. There's a lot of like drums, and it flawlessly works with what you're doing on screen at any moment. $4 for that. That one's a really great game. Another great game you can pick up for $4 is Orbo's Odyssey. It's a 3D platformer that is super fast, and I really love just diving through the air, and it has a great sense of humor. The presentation is really great, and since you can pick it up on Steam, it also has workshop support that adds a lot of really cool custom levels. People have made like Mario 64 levels with Orbo's Odyssey, and just the way that the character controls is super fun to run around in Bomb Bomb Battlefield. I recommend picking that one up for $4. And then last is kind of a series of games, but I'll just go over them real quick. The Olli series. A really great series of flow-based skateboarding games that are kind of like Infinite Runners a bit, but I absolutely love this series. The first one and the second one are both $3 a piece. Really fantastic games. Olli World, the newest one with a whole new aesthetic, is on sale for $10, which is also a steal, but it's not quite under the $5 threshold of the video. But the Olli games, you can't go wrong. If you're looking to just jump right in, you can skip the first one. The second one's fantastic, and it really just amps up all the stuff in the first. And then World is like a whole nother level of presentation and character put onto this game with similar mechanics. It has an Adventure Time look to it, and I think you should check out the whole series, but I guess officially I'm recommending Olli 2 for $3. Alright, that was my video on the Steam Spring Sale 2024. I'm a small channel. If you like the video, subscribe. That'd be great. Super awesome. Share the video with people while the sale is still going on. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.